Welcome to Respectfully the podcast. Today we have a special guest on the show today, my girl Carmita. Before we get started, I just want to say first, y'all, I want people to asking us to stop measuring success based on material things, finances and seeing celebrities and those type of things. Measure success based on you as a personal individual, whatever suits you and makes you successful. Today on the show we have a lady who she's thorough. She comes from Omaha, Nebraska. She's a mother of two, hardworking. She beat the odds. She's from the streets of Omaha. I saw her. We saw each other growing up. She's a recent homeowner in Atlanta, Georgia. She has a good spirit. She's recently started her fitness journey and she's been very consistent. Ladies and gentlemen, Carmita Frost. What's up, Car?
What's up, my boy?
Good. I'm glad to have you. I appreciate you coming on.
For sure. When you asked me, I said, "Hell yeah, I do it." What's happening?
Yeah, so again, we grew up together, seeing each other in the streets. I saw you from afar. I never forget living on 42nd Street. We lived
Yeah,
right up the street from Goodies. And you a little older than me, so I was at Central Park, and I think you was probably at McMillan or something. And
right,
I would see you walking up down the street. You know, my older brothers Wave and Mark knew you, so
yeah,
they'd be like, "That's Carmita." But back
right.
then, you had swag about yourself. You was one thing I do remember. You never really had a lot of girls around you too. You was like solo walking up and down the street. We was young then, but
Right.
just going all the way to back then, I used to be like, okay, you had your stuff going on. And then as we got older, you was in the streets doing your thing. You always moved a certain way. And so first I want to ask you, what was it like for you growing up in 40th Ave?
I mean, growing up there, it was good. You know what I'm saying? I came from the projects. Actually, I used to live in the projects back in the day. I was probably about 12 when my mom moved to the projects, maybe 11. I was
Okay.
young, and then I moved to 40th Ave. So I just grew up around a whole bunch of guys. You know what I'm saying? And I grew up around the females. The females I roll with for
Yeah.
years. So, so yeah, I just, kept my head above the water and try to, make it through. And I felt like, after I got pregnant and had my first kid, I was like, yeah, I got to change the game up because now I got somebody who's dependent on me. So that's
Wow.
how I got to where I am now.
That part. So any role models from there? And I'm asking this again, we're not glorifying anything, right? But because we
Right.
from there, I think it's important that when people from Omaha see us, we older now, so they probably like, man, they wasn't nobody. But we really, was legends out there in our time and doing our
Yes,
thing.
yes,
So for you,
yes.
who was like some of the role models in your hood? I heard some of the names like Pepper Red, but I don't know these guys.
Yeah,
Who was like some of your
yeah.
role models, male or
So it
female?
was, I had like it's a line of them. You know what I'm saying? I had Knox, I had Pip, I had Jerry, I had Stank, I had man. There's so many you can't even name. Will, God damn, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
It's so many like you can't even name. Oh, that's on the fella side. On the women's side, oh, let me
Yeah.
tell you, I had Kayla, Shell, Tasha, Kim. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? D, white girl. You
White
know what
girl,
I'm
yeah.
saying? Diane, rest her soul.
Yeah, rest in peace, Diane. That
You
was
know
my
what I'm
girl.
saying? Kiana Marion, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. She just lost her brother. It was just
Yeah,
so
for
many of
sure.
us, it's just I just
Rest in
grew up
peace,
around
love.
a lot of good people, and they showed me the way and I just took that everything that everybody had in them, I took it and I ran with it. I took a piece of them and then I put it inside of me and that's how I figured out the game.
That's what's up. Yeah, R.I.P. Luck, man. And shout out to the Merriam family. Prayers for the
Right.
Merriam
Shout
family.
out definitely to the
Losing Luck,
Marion
man.
family for losing the good one.
Definitely. And so with that, and I kind of figured that you grew up around men, the way you move, you never came off like the messy female. I used to get into it with a lot of the crip chicks when I was young, white girl and all them. And so but me and you, when I saw you, it was always business. I knew you was getting money out there. You always had a sharp business acumen in the streets. Where did you get that from? How did you pick that up?
I just learned it, man. Like I said, I just learned it from the niggas. When I see how the niggas move, I was like, man, let me see if I can move like they move. And
Right,
then that's
right.
how I learned. You know what I'm saying? When I seen how they was maneuvering through traffic, I was like, yeah, I can do that. If they can do it,
Okay.
I can do it. We all human, even though they dudes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a woman, but still though, I still learn the game from them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
appreciate that. Them niggas showed me the way, and I took it and ran with it.
And I admire that about you. Every time I saw you out there, you had your whips and how you was moving and getting money and staying out the way. I always admired that about you. And so that brings me to here now. Before you got to Atlanta, you went to Macon. help the viewers understand what that journey was like. What caused you to leave Omaha, move to Macon, and then brought you to Atlanta?
So when I left Omaha in like 2000, let's say 7. I moved to Kansas City actually for 6 years. So I was with
Oh,
my
okay.
son's dad for a while, and then me and
Okay.
him broke up. Then I got with my daughter's dad, which a few people might know him in Omaha. Omaha, his name E. So I got with him, and then after that, after I left Kansas City, I moved to Georgia. Now when I got to Georgia, I didn't know nothing. I ain't gonna lie, I came with my car and a bag of clothes and came to Georgia. I didn't have nothing. When
Who
I
was
tell
there
you I
that
didn't
you moved?
have
Who
nothing.
did you move with there though? What brought you? Why
So
Georgia?
my brother and them lived up here. So I
Okay.
decided to come with them. They was like, sis, come to Georgia. I was like, nah, bro. Cause I had came down there for like 30 days and stayed. And I was like, yeah, Georgia's too slow for me. You know what I'm saying?
And that
I'm a
was Macon.
Yeah, that was Macon. Warner Robins. It was Warner Robins in
Warner
Georgia.
Robin. Okay.
So
Is your brother?
Macon and Warner Robins is like 10 minutes from each other. They close. So it's
Right.
like Iowa and Nebraska. So I was like, okay, so let me see what I could do with Warner Robins. So after I stayed in Warner Robins with my brother, I was like, bro, this too slow for me. I can't. It ain't what it is. So I
Yeah.
ended up, moving to Atlanta, and I was trying to get to Atlanta for a while, man. I was in Macon for like probably like 2 years. And
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, man, let me try to find an scapegoat out of here. So once I start, venturing off and seeing what I'm seeing, I was like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
So I put my mind to it, and it was like, man, I got to do better. I got to have something better for these kids because
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying, they looking up to me. So I end up doing that, and then shit, I end up shooting to Atlanta, and then it was on after that. The top went
Man,
off.
that's what's up. Has Atlanta been good to you? What you like
Man,
most about
Atlanta been good to me. I ain't gonna lie.
it?
It been showing me love, my nigga. And you been up here longer than me, so
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
What you
Atlanta
like?
been doing this thing.
So what you like most about Atlanta? Coming from Omaha, where we from,
Mm.
what you like most about ATL?
So I like how it's just surrounded by black people. I like that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Everything is like black people. So I like that. Where I come from, you come from there. So we come from a little part of Omaha, and it's like, white people run everything. But up here, nah, the niggas run everything, the black folks. So I like that. I like that.
That part. Okay, yeah, I love it too, man. ATL, I tell people every time, like I love the city, but I didn't see good black, wholesome people in Omaha. At least
Right.
my upbringing, you know. And so when I got down here, and one of my shout out to Nikki, my homeboy Nikki and Juan, she said when they got down here, within like 2 years, she's like, oh, we was lied to, because when Omaha, everything we was taught, you get down here and you see how
Yeah.
black people move and they love on each other, and it's like, oh, it is better than that back home. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I love the ATL too, man. And so recently you started your fitness journey. How did
Yeah,
you come
I've been
about
doing
that?
that about a year. You know what I'm saying? I was two like 47, so I knocked it down to like 220 somewhere around there. So
Okay,
yeah, so
okay.
I started in November
Yeah,
of 2020. It was 2024, I think it was. Yeah, so I started then, and then I was like, you know what, I'm tired of being, I got to be healthy. Too
yeah.
many people is passing away that's our
That
age or
part.
younger over
That part.
health issues. So I
Yeah,
was like, let me step my game up. And so I started, like really, really focusing in on my body and understanding, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to be 47.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
I look 37. So
You
I
looking
just let
good,
that,
yeah.
yeah. So I just let that, twine with me. And now I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I love this. You know what I'm saying? It's like I go to the gym like probably 4 or 5 days a week. And this
Oh,
week I done went 6 days a
ah,
week. I
you
went
going
6 days this
crazy.
week.
That's
Yeah, I
what's
am.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good. But the good thing is that once you get into the rhythm, it's easy. A
Yeah,
lot,
it
and I
is.
I wouldn't
It's
say
muscle
easy.
like you be like, damn, you be on that type of time. And
What?
I got to looking at myself and I was like, man, my stomach is getting big. It's already big. Come on, it's something I can do. It's not to be in competition with nobody. It's just being in
Yeah, yeah.
competition with
For
myself. You know what
myself,
I
for
mean? So
sure. And
yeah.
look, when I don't go, I feel bad. I'm a gym
I do.
rat.
I feel like I'm cheating on myself. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey, I
oh
love
really?
it. I
I
love it.
get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'll be like, oh man, I didn't go to the gym. Yeah, let me get
yeah.
it together.
So, are you on any supplements?
I do, but I take this what is it called? crenatine or something like
Okay.
that. I
Okay.
do mess with that. You know, my fam, she got the Latasha, y'all know Stats by Tasha, she got the sea moss and all that going
Okay.
on. So, you know, I try to take that too when I can. And then
Yeah.
I also do like these diet pills that they
Yeah.
got. It help you clean your colon. So I
Yeah.
do mess with that too. So yeah, I
That
got a
part.
few tools and fews, but I just did not want to do the surgery part. Now I
Oh
could,
yeah,
but
for
I'm not
sure.
gonna do that.
No.
I'm
No.
not doing it.
No,
Yeah.
and I salute you for that because
Yeah.
you could be that example and that role model that this can happen natural. You just got to be consistent.
Right. You just if you consistent, man, I'm telling you that shit will fall off so fast. You don't even know what hit you. You be like, man, ain't no way. I woke up this size and this size. It be like that. So yeah, I try.
Consistency is the key. And so for
Yes.
me and for people watching, 40 and up, we got to start taking better care of our body. For me personally, I take fish oil. They got omega 3s in them. Our
Yes.
body needs
I do
those. I
all that.
take
Yeah.
black seed
I
oil
fuck
pills.
with.
And recently, I just got the beetroot too. It's good for your
I
blood
got
and
them too. I had to be
and
rude.
it
Them is
lowers blood
bomb.
pressure. Yeah.
Yes.
So, man, I love to talk fitness, man. And I'm a gym rat, so salute. I
Right.
see you doing your thing. Keep doing it. People watching, and it be times, real talk. It'll be times I might roll over, and I might not be feeling like going to the gym. I see your post and see Gardner. I'll get your butt up and go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, straight up. So you never know who
Hey,
you never
you
know
never
who
know
you
who watching.
influencing.
I'm a firm believer of that, my boy.
Straight
You
up.
never know who watching, and
Yep.
that's why
So
I want everybody to understand that it's hard, but the consistency of whatever you do, man, treat that shit like you still in the streets, man.
for
And when you
real,
do
for
that,
real.
that shit, man, it works out lovely for you.
That part. It's all about consistency. Here's something a little deep. We're gonna switch gears a little. You're a mother of two, doing a good job. Your son about to graduate. And I really want to hear your perspective coming from the streets and type of chick you the way you shape. There's a lot of mothers out here that's protecting their sons, but
Yes,
they crippling their sons at the same time. What do you
yes,
think? What do you think about that? And where is that balance? I understand women trying to keep their boys out of the streets,
yeah,
and raising them a certain way. But there's this generation of women that has crippled a lot of these young men.
yeah. They
And so,
have.
asking you as a single mom, what do you think about that crippling part? And then, where's that balance at?
So me myself, I tried to get my son to the military. My brother now was in the military. Most of everybody in my family was in the military. So I'm
Okay.
trying to get him in there because that teaches them how to be a man. And I tell every single woman that raised a son, no, you can't teach your son how to be a man. You only can teach him how to be a human being. And
Mm.
so that's how I balance it because I'm trying to tell him, the streets ain't nothing. I done been there, done that. Okay, if you want to go out there and bump your head a few times on the concrete, but best to believe it's gonna bleed. So
Yeah.
you better know that concrete is hard. Right. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So I try to tell them, just try to focus on being a better person as a man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I cannot teach my son how to be a man. That's
Yeah.
his daddy job. The only
Yeah.
thing I can do is try to be a human being and be respectful and
Mm-hmm.
keep going in life. That's the only thing I can teach him. And that's what I've done. So I try to balance it out as it's hard as hell raising a son by yourself.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
even gonna lie to you. I'd be a fucking fool, excuse me, a freaking fool if I didn't tell you what was real. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's it's definitely hard. But I
Yeah.
balance it by, teaching him the morals and respect. Respect your elders, respect women especially.
Mhm.
Because you
Mhm.
got a sister. So you definitely want to respect women, and that's how I balance it out.
That's what's up, and you doing a good job, man. Every time I come over there, your kids is well respected. They speak,
Thank
when I'm
you.
coming to do jobs and stuff like that. They well
Right.
respected. They speak, you know what I mean. And so you're doing a good job. Keep it up, sis. And I know it gets tougher when they become young adults because now they're out in the real world and they dealing
Right.
with real
Yes.
everyday
Yes.
issues. So
And my
kudos to
son,
you.
he got a job, thank God. You know what I'm saying? He's seeing I work hard, so now
Yeah,
he
that
want
work.
to do the same thing. So
Yeah.
I love him for that. He works and that's good. And he keeps his mind, above water. Now the boy is smart as a whip, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
I love that for him. So yeah, I try to keep him in a good path of,
Yeah.
not going to the path of destruction, but the path to leave him in the right direction so he can, in the future take care of his family.
That part. And so I know recently you became a homeowner. How did that feel becoming a homeowner in the
Man,
ATL?
that's the
You know
best.
what I'm
Hey,
saying?
I ain't gonna lie. If you ever, that's the best thing you could do is become a homeowner. Because when you become a homeowner, you feel like you rule the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's just like the best thing ever. That is that's your peace. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like I ain't gotta pay no rent. I will never have to pay no rent. You know what I'm saying? I've been a homeowner for almost 7 years now, and I
Yeah,
did it
yeah. Oh,
alone.
congratulations.
Nobody helped me. Now I
I
will
didn't
say this:
notice
my
it was
brother,
that
he did
long.
help me. Huh?
Man, I said I didn't realize it was that long. It seemed like it was a few
Man,
years ago.
this
Okay.
year make 7 years. So yeah,
Okay.
so I made sure I got a home for my children. So
Yes,
if I
yeah.
pass over now, they're gonna have something to have. You know what I mean?
That
It's
part.
gonna be theirs. And
Yeah.
hey, I take my hat off for that one.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Salute to you, man. Because again, it's people our age that haven't even tapped into that back in Omaha. No shade, but that's the reality. So for us to left the nest and be homeowners
Right.
in a whole different city, that's big.
That mean anybody, I'm telling you, Red, we a whole different breed. We could make
Yeah.
it anywhere that we go.
For sure, for sure. So look, what would you say to a 15-year-old girl out there in Omaha that's ready to join a gang and that thinks that's her only way? We know
Mhm.
how it is trapped in that North Omaha box. What would
Right.
you say to that young lady?
I say, baby, you can stay in Omaha, but please expand your horizon. It's other things besides Omaha. And I had to learn that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Omaha ain't where it's at because it is. It got me to where I need to be today. But if you want to, spring out and, understand the world, just try to move around. Don't
Around.
stay in that same spot all the time because that same spot, it ain't gonna get you nowhere.
Right, right. That part. Man, lastly, I just want to ask you respect. I know you're a woman of respect, getting respect and respecting others. How has it served you best?
I got to where I wanted to be by looking up to the next person. So I want that person to do the same for me. So in respect, when you say respect, that's all we got out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Respect and love.
Yeah, love. There you go. That part. Love trumps it all. Man, look, I ain't gonna hold you. I appreciate you coming on here, dropping them gems,
For
a real
sure.
North Omaha down North legend.
Man, I'm so happy you had me, my guy, man. For real.
Yeah. All right, Carbita. Well, thanks. I'll see you soon. Talk to you soon. Love.
Much love.
All right, thanks.
All right.
For sure.